Welcome to the event platform Trember, digital and hybrid events, just like in real life. We would like to show you how fast and easy it is to both set up and use an event environment. We'll look at the most essential features together and guide you through the event interface. And don't worry, it's all completely intuitive. Of course, the platform also offers special functions as well, which fulfill special requirements, for example for more complex, digital, and hybrid events. An example would be the connection to registration processes, to intranets with data transfers, the integration into other event platforms, and much more. The GDPR compliant platform, hosted in Germany, is designed to be easy to use. Not only for creating it, but more importantly for the visitors of your event. This makes it easy to organize events, ranging from small workshops and meetings, to large trade shows and congresses, with several hundred exhibitors, and many thousands of visitors. Your custom-created event environment can be displayed in a variety of design options. For example, we can also create an individual lobby on request, which can display other content in addition to a virtual hall plan. If you require more information, you can of course contact us at any time. But let's get right to the point. You don't need to download and install anything in advance, just open one of the popular browsers, Chrome, Edge, Firefox or Safari. On the left side, you can already see the overview of all virtual rooms belonging to the event, which can be for example a stage, a booth, a workshop or networking room, or other. Via this menu, you can change the room with just one click. In general, you now only need to enter your name, which the other participants can see during the event, to enter the virtual room. As next, you enable your camera and microphone. Depending on the browser, you will be asked again for allowance. And you are already in a virtual space. The so-called metaverse. On the Trember platform, your own video simultaneously represents the avatar, with which you can then move freely in space, just like in real life. You do this simply by holding your avatar with the left mouse button and dragging it back and forth accordingly. If you want to see your avatar, or more of the room's surroundings, larger or smaller, you can do this either with the plus-minus button at the bottom right, or with the wheel of your mouse. If you now hold the background with the left mouse button, and move it back and forth, you can move the entire room for you, to get into other areas. As next, let's set up the virtual room. Always keep in mind, that with Trember, you have the ability to create a very attractive environment. Set this up, like a physical event, or environment, as it will help your attendees find their way around the room, and see and use all the content they want. Upload a background image for this purpose, for example with virtual furniture, subspaces, stages, and more. Just like in the physical world, the eye enjoys beautiful decorations and structured content. You can use any data format for images in the virtual rooms, even GIF animated images. Once you have loaded the image into the room, you just need to move it to the desired position, and scale it to the appropriate size. Additional functions of the images can be found in the upper or lower right corner of the image, by moving the mouse over, and clicking on the corner. Orient yourself with the scaling of the picture, for example at the size of your avatar. You can also find more functions under Settings in the upper right corner. Small tip. It has proven useful to choose images with perspective view to suggest the feeling of spatial depth. Once the background image is aligned, you can pin it to the background so that no one can move it. And with just a few clicks, you've created an attractive virtual world through which you can move, as you would in real life. Now, combine moving the avatar, the background, or zooming in and out, to get a better feel for the space. Try sitting on a virtual couch or chair for conversations. A key benefit of the Trember event platform is that multiple participants can talk simultaneously without interruption. Various audio types are offered for this purpose, which can be found in the upper right-hand corner under Modes.
Junji, that we need to set up a couple of these use cases.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Whether in pairs or in groups. You will then only hear the participants who are in the vicinity of the avatar. To find another user as quickly as possible in the virtual space, you can search for the desired person in the participant list. If you click on the crosshair of the person you are looking for, you will find yourself right next to that person with a single mouse click. In order to not be completely alone at your event, there are various ways to invite other participants. In the standard version, the URL to the event infrastructure, which we prepare individually for each event, is sufficient. Of course, there are possibilities for Trember events to be for invited guests only. Accordingly, the Invite button is then deactivated. If it is activated, the URL can be forwarded to other guests via email or text message. In the simplest case, the URL is copied directly from the browser. In addition to one-on-one conversations in proximity mode, purely private conversations can also be held, for example, during a trade show, a workshop, or in the virtual office. In other words, whenever you don't want to have unwanted listeners. To do this, simply invite the conversation partners to the private level, and still always see what is happening around you. On this level, content of the virtual room can still be used. Screen sharing or image upload can also be used privately. To move faster to different places in the room with the avatar, you first select the place, and then you can drag the avatar to it with a mouse click. If you lose your avatar in the room, you can also quickly move back to it with a mouse click. This way you always keep control over your avatar. Trember promotes, in addition to moving in the room and the corresponding graphic display, the mutual communication at exhibition booths, workshops, poster sessions and much more. One function you can find behind the blue button at the bottom is screen sharing. Depending on the browser, you can share only the whole screen, or individual applications with other users. The great advantage of Trember is that several participants can share the screen at the same time. Thus, different presentations can take place simultaneously in the same virtual space, which gives the maximum flexibility. In addition to screen sharing, there are other useful functions to extend infotainment in the virtual room. These include, for example, the possibility of integrating so-called CTA or call to action buttons with individual hyperlinks into the room. To do this, you design an appropriate graphic element, load it into the virtual room, and link a desired target page with a hyperlink. You can use the hyperlink to link to documents for download, external websites, surveys, and more. Clicking the CTA button opens a new tab of your browser. The Trember platform combines a virtual environment with various functions to support communication between participants of an event. Some functions are hidden behind the button at the bottom. In this way, all media can be integrated into the event environment, as we know it from physical events. This includes the integration of videos, for example with product presentations, pre-recorded lectures, image videos, and more. There are standard interfaces to YouTube and Vimeo videos that can be uploaded to the room. Just copy the URL of the respective video into the corresponding field. The video can then be resized and positioned. Of course, a variety of videos can be integrated and made available to the visitor. In addition to integrating videos and buttons, iframes can also be integrated, for example, to make collaboration tools, such as Miro or Google Docs, web pages, documents, etc., usable for all participants in the virtual space. In this way, all participants can also work together on documents and content in virtual workshops. However, it is important that the used tools are also iframe capable. Content that is loaded into the room in these ways is permanently retained and can be used again later, even without an admin being present. The iframe can also be resized and positioned as desired. In addition to the networking rooms, Trember also offers a digital plenary hall that can be used like a real stage. Here, the presenter is in the foreground, while the normal audience can neither be heard nor seen in this room. Various options are available to the presenter. Presentations, synchronized videos or iframes for tools and live streams can also be integrated here. In the plenary room, participants can raise their hands during the presentation to ask questions. They can then temporarily invite these users to the stage, so they can be heard and seen by all audience members with their questions. Similarly, they can bring other participants on stage for panel discussions. Up to 6 people in total can join in the discussion. Even with multiple people on stage, different content and media can be displayed in addition. Thus, they have a flexible and dynamic setup to inspire their audience with a virtual stage. Incidentally, the virtual stage can be used perfectly for hybrid events and to set up communication in both directions. From the viewer's point of view, it looks like this. To raise your hand, you have to click on the button with the green hand. The admin then adds you to the temporary Q&A area of the stage. Now you can speak and be shown on the left side. If you don't have admin rights, you have to be invited to enter the stage. Once you are on stage, you have the possibility to share screen or add other media. So, with the Trember platform, you have a simple and individual solution from one source. If you have any further questions or special wishes and requirements, please do not hesitate to contact us. Trember, the event platform for digital and hybrid events, just like in real life.